Nobody can hear. So it's 10 a.m. We're going to get started. There's a few folks that haven't shown up yet. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So this is where we are now. So I'm going to go to the plans real quick. Well, maybe not real quick. Sort of fast in a little bit. Okay. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm assembling this jig. Okay. So I have the base. It's 32 wide. It's 36 long. I have created this fixed stop here that's a 1/2 inch thick, 2.5 inches wide, and some random 30 and 11/16 long. Makes absolutely no sense to me why that random number is the way it is. Okay. And I've also got these two removed, this fixed cleat on the left and this removable cleat. So I've been cutting this rabbet and I've been sneaking up on the depth of the rabbet, okay? And I believe I have it right, but what I'm doing is I'm slipping all 40 slats in here. I'm gonna make sure they fit, because using this end stop, you need to be able to compress these slats inside these rabbets and make sure they're all snug and tight. So I'm just kind of doing a test run on this. I've got a boatload of slats. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2 separate timbers. Well, if the first one works out, we'll just stick with it and call it good. The first one we do, I want to do that wood glue and iron thing that we saw on the video. I think that's kind of cool and it's pretty quick. And if that doesn't work out the way we want, we can go ahead and do the contact cement one, because I have a bunch of slats and for the most part, they're pretty good shape. So let's continue on this, slipping them in there. So I believe I have 20 of them in there right now. So I'm just gonna grab 10 more. And we'll start slipping them in. Face down. This is not, when Zeph did this project last fall, this is not how he did it. I don't think he did this jig this way. And I'll tell you what, this makes it much easier. Okay, much easier. So easy Aro for those speaking Italian. Okay. So I actually have 84 slats. 2 of them are jacked up. I have 82 slats, and we only need 40, which is kind of cool, man. We've got plenty. So we're just gonna, and none of them are really jacked up. There's not a lot of bad ones or torn ones or anything like that. So I'm pretty satisfied with the way it went. It took forever to cut all these slats, folks. It was just annoying how long it took. I'm thinking this thing is up a little bit. Okay, it is. So I need to attach that, get it on there, because that's going to make a difference. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick another clamp on that just for grins. Maybe hold it down a little bit. Yeah, I can work from both sides of the table here, I think. So this is going to work out pretty darn well. That's going to be the hard part. They warped. As soon as I cut them, they started freaking out. So the hard part's going to be getting these things tight together, I think. That's going to work great, because there's some freaky gaps. And I wonder if I can draw those together. I need a clamp that's at least 33 opening. Boy, I wish one of those was long enough. Because that would be the ticket. and they're not. All right, so I need a 33-inch clamp minimum. There's a couple right here. Let's see what this looks like. See if this will close up at all. Because when I cut these slats, the boards were flat, they were nice, they're everything. But then as soon as you relieve those interior stresses from the boards, then they started tweaking all over the place. Warping, bending, all these individual slats did. So yeah, that's gonna work. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. You guys see that? It's almost as good.
Yeah.
That's pretty slick, okay? So I'm gonna check this. I might as well go ahead. Let's get that squared. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew it right here. This is a fixed complete. You've got to be square. I really want to do this right. Put these out. That's where it's going to have to be. I'm going to keep this jig. So when we come back, if somebody wants to do this project, we'll have it. And probably have enough leftover slats. To be honest with you. That's the most tedious part of this whole thing, really. It seems like. It's really handy having multiple drills that's already in them. It's not that pleasant for you guys, usually, but nobody else here. I can leave my crap laying all over the place. You can imagine what my garage is like, right? Hold on, it looks like I got something trying to do. My guess is, nope, I guess not. Guess not. All right. There we go. Get one at the end. All right. So now it's very good to find 40 good slats that match up pretty well. And in all honesty, this is a really nice batch. I'm going to pull that guy. I'm going to put it in its place. I'm going to make sure I have 40. And one other thing I want to do, once I make sure I have 40, first of all, I should put the camera over there so you guys can see what I'm doing. One other thing I want to do after I make sure I've got what I want. Oh, put the batteries in this remote, it should be working a little better. Okay. They say 40. Okay. There's another one I want to swap out. Those two guys. That's fine. All right. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. So that's 40. But here's my question. Let's keep these even. I don't know why I've got a messy garage, a messy shop right here, but I'm concerned about these being even. I don't understand myself sometimes. All right, so here's my question. That gives me about 30.5 inches for a door, right? 30.5. Let's make sure that that 30.5, come on, go up. It's gonna work. What do we have here? 27.5. Wow, that's not much. But if I go too much, but it's enough. It's gonna take us. My 30. Here's my 30. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. It's gonna be enough. Okay. So here is our slats. Here are our slats. I'll go see proper English to get it sure. All right, here's my slats. You know, they need to be cleaned or up or something. They're kind of I didn't drop those. You didn't hear that. That's not what happened. Okay, I did not drop them. Come on, get under there. That's it. I'm kind of excited about the timbre door. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't really have a life right now. Much exciting life with everything that's going on. You know, but this is kind of neat. I think I could swear I've personally done a timbre door before, but it was forever ago. Before there was internet, before there was information on how to do it. I remember just kind of winging it. I honestly don't even, I must have used canvas for the backing, but I can't remember. I know that there are some that used to use heavy paper for backing. They just didn't last long. So we've got that going for us, right? Make sure you clean. Nice. Guys, cross your fingers that this actually works. I kind of hope the glue and iron thing works. I really do. I can't imagine it won't work, but I kind of hope it works pretty well. But if it doesn't, then we've got enough slats. Thank you very much. So if Zeph was here, kind of first period, he would probably be kicking himself for not doing it this way when he did it, because to me this seems like just a piece of cake compared to how he did it. In other words, we're following the plans. I don't think Zeph did. Go figure. Right? I didn't drop one. You didn't see that or hear it. Kind of losing it, folks. This is weird being here all the time. Kind of losing it. Probably not as bad as stuck in your room all day for classes. That's got to really suck. But I don't even know what the other teachers are doing for classes. I don't know if they're slamming you guys with work, if they're making it easy on you, what they're doing. I don't have a clue. I don't talk to anybody else here. I don't think anybody here likes me. That's probably the reason we don't talk much to you. And I tell you, I'm a pretty likable guy, you know. Couldn't talk to you. You don't notice that, I'm sure. Pick that one off the ground. Almost there, folks. Almost there. This is what's known as meticulous television or bad television. Watching me for class is probably a lot like watching the worst movie you've ever seen. Something to that effect. Three more. Oops, there goes some paperwork. All right, so top friggin' dog. Yay us. Far out. Let's get these ends nice. Even. Actually, what I want to do, I'm going to spin this around. And get the other side. I bet this sucker's pretty heavy right now. Thanks. So, it's pretty even. But I'll bet we can get more even. I want to make sure that the ends of these guys are all lined up, you know. I'm just anal retentive about this. I want to make sure it gets done properly. I want, in other words, I want the best chance of success I can get. I'm gonna probably set this up several times. I want to go the other direction, just to make sure I know how to do it. You know how I always tell you guys to dry fit, dry fit, dry fit. Make sure you know how something's going to go together. Make sure there's not going to be any issues. that's kind of where I am with this. I want to make absolutely sure that everything's going to go as planned. Okay, so I get them squeezed together fine. Where's my other pan? That's not a problem. Okay. Now the other issue is getting them flat. Okay, with nothing protruding. I guess that's good enough for flat. I want any protrusions. Parallel. And there's no gas. Gosh, man, that looks like a solid piece of wood. It's awesome. And next is get a more solid than that. That's going to fall apart. Table would be nice. Actually, fine. So I just want to see. I see a couple of them kind of sticking up a little bit, and I want to make sure. That one. Well, that's weird. I think something's. I think they're kind of one's shifting a hair above the other one. So I don't know how. I mean, for the most part, it's smooth. But I do have right here. Loosen that a little bit. See if I can get that down. I want that level. What if I have a bad slab? It's thinner at one end than the other. That is certainly not going down. There's no clamp pressure on it. And it's not flush. I gotta take that one out. Let's take just that one out. See what happens. Mark it so I know. So I really got low in there. That's weird. That's really the only one that's low. I guess if I gotta take it out. I'm gonna swap this guy out. Come on, get out. Swap this guy for another one. See what happens. Boring? Do I have to do that every single day? I do. I don't know. So, you guys have ideas. Do them my way. Open a little bit. Open a little bit. Let's try that again. See if changing that slab makes a difference. pretty good. That makes me happy. That is slick. That is what we. Have a non-conformer. Next door is well, folks, there it is. Okay. It is, I'm gonna see if I can get this in for you guys to see a little bit. So basically all I have to do now, okay, let's come in on this and maybe you guys can see it a little better. Maybe not. It's just, I don't know what the color is or something or whatever. You guys should be able to see this. Okay. So basically what we have, whoa, I just pushed a different button I've never pushed before. It says scan. So it's scanning the shop. Seriously? Oh, come. I have found out that when this thing is zoomed in all the way, it moves very slow. You have to zoom it back out. All right. So it's an interesting jig setup. I had concerns about having the curved side down and in contact with the MDF, with the melamine, the black sheet good. My concern was that they were going to rock and you wouldn't get a flat back surface, but that's not the case. They're not rocking. And that's due to the fact that these dados here fit really nice and snug on these surfaces. I mean, I've got a great surface. I have no issue whatsoever about gluing this thing up. So the next thing that's going to happen is, okay, I've got everything where I want it. I will drill and mount these, get these clamps out of the way. There's a little cleat that mounts right here, a slender little guy that mounts here. Once I have the canvas in place, it holds the canvas so that I can pull it tight over here. Let me zoom that out. It holds the canvas snug. Right? It holds the canvas snug at this end so that I can, once I get the glue on, I can pull it tight here. Okay. There's another cleat, an end stop that gets clamped right here. And I honestly think I'm going to cut it about this length and I'm going to put these clamps on it and then I'm going to mount this end stop. I think that would be a really wise idea. And the size of that end stop is, I don't know, half-inch thick. Half-inch thick. Okay. So, oh, and I've got a piece right there. So, and it is 2 inches wide. I'm going to rip a piece real quick, 2 inches wide. And I'm going to see how this is going to work. Center 2. I have a piece of alder here that I'd already gotten down to half inch. Okay, so that means if I can run my clamp up like like this. Perfect. I can run this like that. That means I can put an in stop here that will be about 23.5 inches long. Okay. So, interestingly enough, I'm not going to go to the miter saw. Okay. Because I'm bored and I want to have some fun. And so, come on, zoom out. What's it doing? Come on, you silly camera. Okay. So I said 23.5, I believe. Here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to take my square. I'll give myself a line here. Follow. And I'm going to chase that line all the way around the board. I should be doing this where you guys can see. And there's an easy way to do that. Come on, you silly camera. Just give me batteries. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to chase this line all the way around the board. So this line goes all the way around. All right, then I'm going to, jeez, I can never turn it the right way. Get this out of the way. And we have full stop. That's the reason this line is chased all the way around. So I can tell if I'm cocked this way a little bit. We're looking at the wrong spot. What did this camera do? It just took off. And so I'm just going to cut it by hand. Squared in, close. Don't do it. What is this camera doing, man? What? It just took off. I didn't even have the remote in my head. It just took off scanning. It might be too hot. It's warm when it gets really warm. If it runs for too long, it tends to do freaky things. Yeah, it's 23.5. I'm going to double check my measurement. 23.5. There's my in. And I will chase this around the whole thing again. Looks like the camera is kind of sitting this time and not moving. So I'm going to chase this around, all the way around the board. I can see it from anywhere. All right. Well, these are great little songs. Hard part getting started. Full song. Right? Get it started by pushing. Scoring a line. We are. Okay. So this guy's going to go here. I'll have clamping pressure on it. I'll have clamping pressure on these. You can't see it. Sorry. Wait. Okay, so this guy goes here at the end. I'll have clamping pressure on these to keep them tight to each other. Then I can just set this here, screw it down, and we are ready to glue. One last thing, I need to tape this thing. I need to put tape on it, or I might just put furniture paste wax on it. I don't want glue sticking to this. I don't want the canvas sticking to this. I do not believe that is part of the physical timbre door itself. So I could also wrap wax paper around it before I put it there and screw it down. That would keep glue from sticking to it. I'm not worried about glue getting on the black melamine. Those are tight enough where nothing's going to drip through. And I am concerned about getting glue. I don't want to glue the canvas to this other in stuff, the fixed in stuff. So that's another thing I want to do. Is I want to get, I might get some wax paper on that, or furniture paste wax, something like that. I do not want to get glue on that. You're also supposed to tape off 3/4 inch along each edge, and that should give you a 24.5 inch wide canvas, and that's gonna do it, I think. We're moving right along. I'm guessing I'll have, I really don't want to do this during the beginning classes. They're watching this process too because their nightstands are done. And I really don't want to do the gluing part during that class. I'd rather do it during your class because I think this is kind of something that, well, if any of you have watched this process or watched much of this build at all, it's kind of a, I think it's kind of a neat thing. And so I think I may save this for tomorrow, for gluing tomorrow during this class. I may just do that. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with the beginning kids, but I can come up with something. I can sit there and talk forever. So, all right, folks. So thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. It's Thursday, last day of the week tomorrow. Take care of yourself tonight, and make sure your name's in the chat window for attendance. And I look forward to seeing all you guys tomorrow, okay? Take care of yourself, man.
Later, Brandon.
Later.